Hi there, I'm Daniel Lader, founder of Lader CPA and Associates, and welcome to our series on building a successful private practice from beginning to infinity. We're having a little bit of issues with Instagram Live, so we're doing a recorded session instead today. But most importantly, why did the therapist refuse to do their own taxes? Because every time they tried, they ended up analyzing the deductions instead of taking them. All right, moving right along, and I want to give a little shout out to the people who are in California, Los Angeles area dealing with those fires. Our thoughts are still with you. I hope everyone's okay. This week our topic is going to be on EIN numbers, what they are, how to get one, and what they're good for. So first off, an EIN. It is your employer identification number. It is a unique 9-digit number that every business can receive, and it's issued by the IRS for each business entity. Now, who needs an EIN? Well, this is businesses. Well, actually, let's do it a little bit different way. Who needs an EIN? It's easier to just tell you who doesn't need an EIN. So if you've got a business, you should have an EIN unless you're one of these very small category of people. So you do not need an EIN if you are a business that has no employers, no additional tax filings, and doesn't need to be recognized as its own separate business for other purposes. Great example is contractors, who that's all they're doing. They're just collecting a 1099 from their contractor employer. They're doing nothing else, nothing special with their businesses. It's just a way to report income. Everyone else should have an EIN for their business. Now, an EIN, it is used for filing your business's tax returns, opening bank accounts in the business's name, applying for any licenses and permits for that business, and most importantly, hiring employees and managing their payroll. I mean, it is called an employer identification number for a reason. So that's what an EIN is used for. Now, a couple things to note about an EIN is it's tied to each business, not the individual. So if you have a business that has an EIN number, let's say your business is sold in the future, that EIN goes with the business. Let's say you close down your business and discontinue that EIN number. That goes with the business as well, not you as the individual or owner. Now, an EIN number, it never expires. You don't need to renew it. You might need to apply for a new EIN number for your business in a few edge case scenarios. Talk with your tax professional if you think that might be the case for you, and he'll help you understand if you do need a new EIN or not. Now, how do you get an EIN? Well, that part's easy. You can just go on the IRS's website, irs.gov, and follow the prompts to apply for an EIN number. It's free, it's fairly easy, and they will actually send you an email or a notification pretty quickly with your new EIN number for your business. And so if you're finding someone who wants to charge you a lot of money for an EIN number, just an EIN number, just be aware you have an option to do it yourself for free. If you can't do it online for some reason, you can mail in Form SS-4. Takes a lot longer, but there's that option in case. Now, let's get to the taxes side of an EIN number. What it's for, why it matters. Okay, first off, an EIN number allows the IRS to see that your business is separate from you. You have your own social security number, your business has its own EIN number. This allows the IRS to distinguish the difference between you and your business, especially if it's a small business with a single owner. It can get a little confusing, and you want the IRS to be able to tell the difference. That means that if your business has a requirement to pay payroll tax, you, the individual, won't get a notice about that payroll tax in your name, etc., and reasons like that, keeping them apart in the IRS's eyes. Of course, you're required to have an EIN number if you have payroll tax or employers or other compliance things. Again, an EIN is a lot like your personal SSN number, social security number. It helps the business be identified by that number and separated from any other business that might have a similar sounding name. Lastly, a business's EIN number gets passed around. It can become visible over a certain amount of time. So you want that EIN number to be what's visible instead of your personal social security number. It's a way to protect you from identity problems, identity theft, or other such things. So EIN number, that's what it's for. It's a pretty simple concept, but if you do have any questions, leave a comment below. I'm happy to answer as I get to them, or DM me directly. I'm happy to answer any questions about the EIN number. But it is a pretty simple thing. You can get your answers pretty quickly and easily. Now, a couple things to remember is that again, if you have a very simple situation, like you are simply a contractor collecting a check from your contractor employer, you don't need that EIN number. You can get by without it. If you want to expand or do anything more with your business than simply collecting that check, you will probably want the EIN number. And lastly, the EIN numbers, again, they're free. They're very easy to get from the IRS. So don't have any hesitation about doing that yourself if you know you need it. Another thing to be aware of is, depending on what type of business you tell the IRS that EIN is attached to, they may or may not expect tax returns tied to that EIN number. If you tell it it's for an LLC or a sole proprietor, then they'll send you your letter with the EIN number on it, but they won't necessarily be following up asking for tax returns. If you tell them you're a corporation, they will be following up asking why you haven't sent in tax returns. Now, again, remember your EIN, it's meant to be used. Keep it in a useful place, accessible, secure, of course, but you're going to want to look it up and use it regularly. So don't hide it underneath your file cabinet like I've done with a couple things that I wanted to get at later, but make sure it's accessible and easy to get to. Now that's our topic for the week, EIN numbers. Simple, straightforward, probably talked more than I should have, but that's just how I am. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, DM me directly. Happy to answer any questions you may have regarding this topic. Now, also, you're welcome to DM me if you'd like to speak with me about what my firm's services are, how we can help you. We can help you with applying for an EIN if that's what you're needing. We can also help you with the tax strategies if you're looking way beyond, or if you're way beyond the applying for EIN stage. Now, go ahead and remember, follow and subscribe so you can receive notifications about our events, our posts on tax tips, and so you can be aware of future Instagram Live events. And I want you to also go ahead and visit our website, latercpa.com, where you can book an appointment if you choose to. And I will see you on our next video. So remember, have a great weekend and keep helping others to help themselves. Bye.